Good. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Chudi, Professor Deveshwalia, our teachers, Dr. Shikhar Kumar, Dr. Lamphan Lalu, Dr. Meghali Borua, Dr. Nongmai Them Singh Lakhan, and our participants to this Zoom meeting. I am Fiza De Burma, MSc student, Department of Geology, NEHU, and I'll be your host for today. Today, 22nd April, we celebrate the International Earth Day. The theme of this year is Invest in Our Planet, and we come to you from the Department of Geology, NEHU, with one Earth, one family, and one future. First of all, we'll have a welcome speech by Ms. Jopun Pei.
Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable HOD sir, respected professors, dear seniors, and the participants. This is Jokun Pegu, a student of second semester, Department of Geology, welcoming you all to our Earth Day celebration. Today, we come together to honor our planet and reflect on the ways we can protect and preserve it for future generations. As we look around, we see the beauty of nature that surrounds us, the lush green forests, the sparkling rivers, and the majestic mountains. But we also see the damage that has been done to our planet, the polluted air, the plastic-filled ocean, and the melting glaciers. As a student of geology, we know that the earth is constantly changing. From the movement of tectonic plates to the erosion of mountains, the forces of nature are always at work. However, human activities have accelerated changes and cause irreversible changes and damage our planet. Climate change, pollution, deforestation, and overexploitation of natural resources are some of the ways in which we humans have harmed the earth. It is our responsibility as inhabitants of this planet to take care of it. We must work together to find sustainable solutions and to protect our environment and reduce our carbon footprint. We must make also conscious choices in our daily life to reduce waste, conserve energy, and protect our natural resources. Therefore, let us celebrate Earth Day by taking action and committing to creating a sustainable future. Let us cherish our planet Earth and work towards preserving it for generations to come. Happy Earth Day. Thank you.
Now I would like to call Ms. S. Halnehat Haukip.
Okay. Very good afternoon, everyone. My name is Palmihat Hokip, a research scholar in the Department of Geology. So I, on behalf of the HOD and the Department of Geology, I would like to give some speech. Today, I'm very grateful for this day because we get to celebrate and acknowledge the importance of Earth on this very special day. Because living in this planet, it is a very pretty good thing because we get to see the sunshine, the sunset, the beautiful things, the beautiful nature surrounding us, and we get to feel the cool winds and wonderful rainfall, etc. The art has given us so many good things that we can cherish about. But for this, we should know why we are celebrating Art Day and who is responsible for taking the initiative to mark this milestone. So as our former given welcome speech, Ms. Jokmun, she has spoken about many good things, but I want to sum up on what is Art Day all about. So Art Day, as we all know, it is celebrated every year on 22nd April around the world to pledge support for the environmental protection. It is a day meant to be celebrated as a reminder for our existence in this planet Earth. So most importantly, it is an awareness campaign for us, intended for us to love, to respect our planet Earth, and for the conservation of our planet Earth, the atmosphere, and all its living creatures in the planet. So to say it is to spread awareness, it is to spread awareness of the importance of the planet Earth. So why and how it was started? The first day, Art Day celebration was in 1970. It was created by Gaylord Nelson. He started the first Art Day celebration to spread the awareness of the prevailing environmental issues at that time. But prior to 1960s, people were not aware of their surroundings. There was no consciousness of the environment, so to say. But that was until one Rachel Carson in 1962. She published her first, best-selling book, Silent Spring, in 1962, which brought attention to the dangers of using pesticides, and that gave a stimulating factor for all those environmental movements in the late 1960s and 1970s. So after that, however, after the massive oil spill in 1969, due to the devastating effects of the massive oil spill, Senator Nelson started the creation of the Art Day celebration, to raise awareness, public and political awareness, for the need of the conservation of environment. And after that, the rest is history. If you want to know more, we can find the information on the Arts Day Network's website. And after that, so why do we need to celebrate it every year? We know that we exist because the art exists, right? The atmosphere, the climate, and the conditions are all favorable to the human beings and all the living creatures, right? So the working ecosystems, like the ecosystems that we have here are working because of the law of the nature of the earth, right? But due to the growing industrialization and technological developments that we aware are not in favor of the planet. So the increase in population and deforestation, have made our planet feel vulnerable. So the ignorance of the human beings towards the atmosphere is increasing rapidly, and that is why we need to celebrate Art Day every year. Okay, Yeah, okay. So what can we do to celebrate the Art Day as an individual? As our host has mentioned that the theme for Art Day 2023 is invest in our planet. For the government, it is a call for governments, businesses, and individuals to invest in a better future of our planet Earth. But what for governments, they can, pass regulations, they can invest in the economy. But as I want to focus on how as an individual, how you and me can invest in our planet Earth. Like we can invest our personal time and dedication. We can make time to turn off the lights, for example, to turn off the fans when nobody is around. We can turn off water taps if the water tap is running, if we come across one. I want to share one of my experience. In my hostel, the place where I'm staying, we are provided with many water taps, but one of the water tap was not working. It was left running every day and it bothered me a lot. So what I did was I took a video of me demonstrating how to turn the handle of the water tap all around till the end to make the water stop. So the next day on, I sent the video to my WhatsApp group of my hostel. So the next day, the handle was replaced with a new one, and the problem was solved. So I felt very good. So likewise, many of us, all of us will be having experience of these things that you have done to invest in our planet Earth. So other things that we can do is we can reuse plastic bottles. Instead of buying a new water bottle every time we go out, we can reuse the water bottle that we have in our home. We can carry them to everywhere we go. We can refill them, and also we can walk to some places if it's a walkable distance. Or sometimes when we go to work on some days, if we are not in a hurry, when we go to work or when we go to office, we can go with by a public transportation. We can use the public transportation. These are some small steps that we can do, and that is how we are investing in our planet Earth. So we may think that turning off the lights or those turning off the water taps, we may think that they won't be of any importance. They won't be of amount into something very large in the future, right? We can, for example, the people in this Zoom meeting, all of us, if we can come together, and all the people in India, if we come together and do this, it will have a very great, large impact. So let us not wait for others to start. Let us take the initiative. Let us do it ourselves. And that is what I want to say is the most important thing that we should keep in our mind, and we should do it to invest in our planet Earth. So to end, let's to take every single day as to end my speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As she has said, Earth is the only thing we have in common. Now there will be a talk by Mr. Ayan Chatterjee. I invite Mr. Ayan Chatterjee. Mr. Ayan Chatterjee will be talking planetary modes and So, hello. So, will you switch that off? Okay, I see. So, wait, just let me do this. It's working. Okay. Oops. Yes, sir. For the technical issues, we are back online and oh, it's already shared. Okay. And start now. Yeah, over to Aaron.
So a very good afternoon, everyone who are present here to a very special occasion as Earth Day 2023. Myself is Ayan Chatterjee. I am a fourth semester MSc Geology student at the Department of Geology, Northeastern Hill University, Shillong. Today, I will give a small talk on the topic of planetary remote sensing. So let's start. So what is remote sensing? Remote sensing, as its name suggests, it should be remotely sensed. So if we derive a simple definition of it, it will be like that. The remote sensing is a method of collecting information about any ground object under investigation from a distance without being in contact. Some of its applications are very unique and very feasible, like synoptic overview. It can give us a feature-like images which are not available in other kind of techniques. The second one is feasibility aspects. Feasibility aspects are valuable for those highly dangerous terrains where humans activity are not possible. The third one is time saving. If we get these images, we can quickly process them and it will give us the data and all the valuable sets to conclude our interpretations. The unobtrusiveness. Unobtrusiveness means whatever the things we can't see in that particular moment. Our eyes are not that much of detective eyes, right? So we can miss some of the objects which are really valuable for our interpretation. So unobtrusive of remote sensing is very important. Then is systematic data collection. And the last two are the derivation of biophysical data and multidisciplinary applications. The next principle of remote sensing. The remote sensing, in remote sensing, all objects of the Earth's surface like soil, rock, vegetation, etc., above absolute zero temperature like minus 2273 degrees centigrade or 0 Kelvin, it emit electromagnetic energy. Sun is the major source of this energy and it required for most of the remote sensing purposes, except radar and sonar. Radar mostly use electromagnetic waves as their main energy, and sonar is used the electrosonic waves. The energy then is transferred by electromagnetic radiation through the vacuum between the sun and the earth at the speed of light. And it interacts with the atmosphere before encountering the earth's surface, while returning it interacts with the atmosphere once again, and finally it reaches the remote sensor. The detectors or photographic film system on board record this reflected or emitted energy in analog or digital form. There are basic couple of systems which come from sun to earth, then the remote sensing satellite, and then it's go through the communication satellite, and then the image is processed in a display board. In remote sensing, the electromagnetic spectrum is a very major feature. Depending on its physical features and chemical properties, different objects on the Earth's surface reflect, radiate, or emit different amounts of electromagnetic energy in various wavelengths. The measurement of reflected or radiated or emitted electromagnetic radiation forms the basis for understanding the
And screen share. Screen share.
Just repeat last one. Because I am hosting the thing now. So I have.
So extremely sorry for this connectivity issues. So let's start. So I am telling about the different kind of radar bands like ELS, CX, KU, KA, and they have different types of wavelengths. So fluctuations in these electric and or magnetic field generate microwave and radio waves of the sort we can use in this radar systems. Now, if we understand the formation and evolution of various planetary bodies of our solar system using different type of planetary remote sensing data of different of missions from ISRO and foreign space agencies like NASA, ESA, Canadian Space Agency, or JAXA, or Japanese Space Agency, we can decipher the different type of geological processes which is happening in different type of planets. And if we considering the cosmic exploration or space exploration, there is numerous amount of exploration happened since the 1950s or 1960s. Right now, it's like 250 exploration missions happened, and 24 humans are already gone to space to this date. And deciphering different planets' geological features is not a new thing. Like we can see in this magazine, GeoTimes, which is 1962 edition, September edition, where the part of geologic map of the Kepler region on the moon is published. And this was one of the early prototype maps to show that geologic maps could be produced for planetary surfaces. There are two main parameters if we are considering remote sensing application in different planets. One is scale and second one is illumination conditions. For scale, we have to give an idea on the entity of the geological processes. Like if we see the first image, which is a mud crack, its scale is right as 20 centimeter. But the right image of 10 kilometer, which is a region in Mars, the both look similar, but their scale, look at their scale. One is centimeter, 20 centimeter, and other one is 10 kilometer. So there is a huge gap in scale. And the third one is the dried lake, which is a 100-meter scale. And I put this fourth image, which is a mushroom of Boletus reticulatus. If we just focus the top of this image, the four of the image will look mostly similar. So if a person is interpreting something, we have to first consider the scale of that image. Otherwise, we can't able to find which kind of image it is. Then if we are observing and it is the image resolution, if we are getting from a very high image, which often referred as meters or pixel, which will allow us in a smaller scale of analysis. The second one is illumination conditions. Here, the first thing is incidence angle. Incidence angle is the angle between the rays of incident light and the normal to the surface. Here is like two images of same area. It is an impact crater where we can see that in the left image of Mare Smithy of moon, where the darker portion is mostly visible because of the incidence angle is different than the lighter one. The second one is azimuth. Azimuth is the compass direction from which the light is coming. It is measured clockwise with respect to the north direction. Now, if we want to go to the geological processes, we have the idea of scale and illumination conditions. Now, we have to get some bit of prior knowledge to go to the geological processes. First, we have to go the contrast or shadows, which will control the shapes and textures of a geological surface. And the next one is tones or colors, which will also control the shapes and textures. Other than that, we have topography and composition. The next part of this pyramid is patterns or randomness. There are different type of patterns or randomness we can get from an image. But if we get the scale and illumination conditions right, we can get the idea of association of elements, and then we can decipher the geological processes. And that way, our level of recognition and increasing knowledge, we have a different kind of sets or imagery sets, we can get the illumination direction. Now, if we want to process these images, we have to input the data sets. The data sets are very raw. Then the next process is data acquisition. Data acquisition is go through the filtering and then mapping, rendering, and then the image is processed, fully processed image. For input data, we have reference systems, database, and data management. We have to consider these things very properly. In distillation process, we have to get the information. For information like projection, data abstraction, generalization, symbolization, and labeling. And the output, we have to go through the knowledge of the system, like map or the data format, description or metadata, reusing of those data, and management of or archiving those data. Now, through the remote sensing images, we can get a DTM or digital terrain model. A DTM is a representation of elevation data based on raster. Rasters are grid of pixels with pixel value representing elevations, and TIN, triangulated irregular network, which are nodes between triangles which represent different kind of heights. Now, if we include these images to DTMs, we can get a model which are the below one, and these are the slope map of that area. And this area is the same area of Cinder Lake crater field, where the Apollo mission crew like Buzz Aldrin and all got trained here. Now, these DTM or digital terrain models, we are getting different type of images like LIDAR, light detection and ranging, which are through the airborne or satellite images, and its scale are vary from very fine details to a global mapping. And the second one is interferometric radar. Interferometric radar are through that they have the capacity to not only include one band, more than two bands, and these are called as INSAR. It is mostly used through global mapping, detecting subtle height variations, which penetrates clouds. And the third one is stereophotogrammetry. Stereophotogrammetry are mostly uses as overlapping images with different observation angles, like Earth satellites like Aster GDM, different planetary missions like ESA, Mars Express, NASA MRO, and very fine details resolved used for landing sites, like the Gale crater, which are HRSC Mars Express mission. Now, what is the spectral imaging? Spectral imaging, where we image through different kind of bands, like multispectral imaging, where we have n separated bands, and hyperspectral imaging, where it is a continuous spectrum. And hyperspectral imaging, we have hypercube or cube-like features, which image through electromagnetic spectrum. Now, through these imagery tools, we can decipher different type of geological processes, and these processes are called as planetary geology, a different type of subject where it includes analysis of surface forming and alteration processes through remote sensing data analysis and using Earth as a proxy. Different type of processes like crustal differentiation, volcanism, tectonics, impact cratering, weathering and erosion, material transport like volcanic, fluvial, aeolian, or sedimentation. Also, exobiological questions relating to habitability and water-related environments are also there. We mostly familiarize with other type of geological processes, but impact cratering is very important if we exploring the other planets. Like most planetary impact craters forms at the formation of our solar system. So if we study them, then we can decipher also how and when these systems come to exist. And these impact craters are 10 times larger than its object that created them. So if its formation process, a projectile is hitting the surface, a deep shock wave is generating from that. And end or contact compression stage, we are getting different type of shock waves and rarefaction, which releasing the waves, and material is flowing downside. In the excavation stage, a deep hole-like structure is happening there, which including also vapor and ejecta curtain. And end of excavation stage, there is transition cavity. Now this crater formation is now modified in a modification stage where ejecta and fractured rock are mostly visible. And in the final crater formation, there is an uplifted rim, melt-rich material, Brachia lens, and ejecta blanket formation are there. So if we consider different types of impact craters, there are several, like pit craters. Pit craters are very small, and these are submerged into a crater or many craters in a small pit-like features. Their diameter is very small, like 10 micrometer. Then the second one is simple craters. Simple crater are mostly 1 kilometer to 2 kilometer, very common type of craters which we can see. The third one is the complex crater, which are diameter is 28, and peak ring basin. We can see there will be a peak in the middle of the crater or ring, and the multi-ring basins are very large type of craters. Its diameter is go through like 970 kilometers. So how can we identify these impact craters? First, we have to look at its shape, like circular. Then its defining characters is rim, and the additional elements are included as radial ejecta. Now, the next type of features are volcanoes. Volcanoes are circular, conical, central depression. And lava flows are also present with the volcanoes, which are straight, sinuous, often lobed edges and front. And these are ropey pattern lava channel within can be present, and the tube-shaped features we can also see through them. We can see also outflow channels and valley networks, alluvial fans, and delta type of deposits are also present. The next is dunes. Dunes are arrow-shaped, elongated, wavy structures which are often placed in regular patterns, smooth texture, often darker than the bedrock. Sometimes ripples on their surface are very much visible, like this one. This one is called the blue dune because of this blue color, and this blue color is basically because of the remote sensing, spectral remote sensing images. The next one is the gradients and falls. Gradients and falls are straight lines and parallel lines with symmetric to the slope. So it can give us the tectonism features like abrupt end and discontinuity of a geomorphological element. Displaced topography, morphologies, geologic units are also present in that type of gradients and falls. The next type of features are wrinkle ridges. Wrinkle ridges are overall straight and it can be slightly undulated. And these are positive relief discontinuity of a geomorphologic element. In its displaced topography, shortened impact craters perpendicular to their direction. The next one is gully formation. Gully formation are straight, sometimes small elongated fan at their base, deeply curved, often in patterns, often on steep slopes also, on soft, heavily eroded material. Its incision in the upslope and deposition happen on the downslope. Now, if we focus on a different planet in planetary remote sensing, it will be Mars, right? Because Mars have most of the similar conditions through the Earth. Like its radius is 6,000, Earth's radius is 6,378, but Mars is 3,396. Its gravity, density, rotation period, orbital period, mean temperature, surface pressure, and number of moons are almost similar. Now, if we considering geology of a planet, we have to look different kind of properties like lithology, which is the composition and rock types, and its interpretations will be formation processes. Now, the stratigraphy. Stratigraphy is like the relative time which is taking, like history of geological processes, it's recording. Third one is tectonics. Tectonics are mostly related with deformation. Now, the crustal dynamics have a huge role to play on it. Geomorphology is the physical geography of that area where different type of surface processes are evaluated. Next one is volcanism. Volcanism is mantle activity or through the crustal differentiation process. And And we can get all of it through its age also, like crater counting, where the relative age dating is processed, and the radiometric dating of different type of meteorites, like absolute dating. These are called absolute dating. Through crater counting dating till date, now Mars have three different periods, geological periods. First one is Noachian period, second one is Hesperian period, and Amazonian period is right now the recent one, and it's the longest running. So older southern highlands, we can see that these are mostly Noachian and Hesperian period is included, and the younger northern plains, it's mostly Amazonian period. Now, deciphering different types of age with different type of craters, like impact cratering is a very complex process where Martian chronology model and modified after that different kind of systems. It indicated different type of Martian eras, like early Noachian to middle to late, and then the early Hesperian to late Hesperian, and now early Amazonian, middle Amazonian, and the late Amazonian. And if we are looking or comparing to the Earth, like its age system are mostly same. Like Earth has the Hadean period and Mars is early Noachian period, are mostly the similar kind of age we are getting. And we have got different types of other planets age also, like Venus, Moon, and Mercury. So if we are seeing the Mars geology at a glance, there are different types of land surface which is present. Like this volcano in the right upside, it's the largest volcano in our solar system, named Olympus Mons. The left one is different type of channels which are forming inside of a crater and breaching this crater. The down left side image is a canyon image which is called Valles Marineris, which is many times larger than the Grand Canyon of USA. And the fourth one is an image of polar ice caps of Mars. So now, how about composition of this planet? So distribution of main compositional classes derived by Rogers and Christensen is identified as the low dust regions of Mars, and the names of it represents the additional classes which are also identified by Roger and Hamilton. So regional composition 1, regional composition 2, 3, and 4 are different type of composition we can see with this map. The northern lowlands are mostly regional composition group 1, and group 3 is mostly present on the northern sorry, that way they divided this kind of maps. Now if we are sometimes we talk about water, yes, water is present in Mars, but in different type of forms, like mineral type of forms. Like global distribution maps of aqueous minerals on Mars suggest that there is phyllosilicates, silica, chlorides, carbonates, and sulfates. Now till date there are different type of missions happened in Mars, like Phoenix, Viking 1, Pathfinder, ExoMars, Opportunity, Perseverance, Viking 2, Insight, Curiosity, and Spirit. And all of these are trying to decipher different type of things, like Curiosity rover is trying to decipher geology of this Mars environment. There are two geological end members right now for Mars. One is younger sedimentary environments in Gale crater, and the second one is older sedimentary environments in Jezero crater. So through these images, we can prepare different type of maps also, like textural and compositional units. If it's visible, then we can get a proper geological map and we can decipher its geological processes. Now, this is an image which is taken by Curiosity rover, which is showing the proper geology of Gale crater, where the inclined strata in the foreground dip southward and toward the Mount Sharp and representing an ancient delta type of deposits. The next one is a stratigraphic column, which is done through this imagery sets, and it is prepared by Grochinger et al., where you can see different type of groups like Bradbury and Mount Sharp, and their formation are in Mount Sharp is Murray Formation, and in Bradbury group the formation is Yellowknife Bay and Darwin Outcrop, Copperstone Outcrop, and Kimberley. So this stratigraphic column for the sedimentary phases from Yellowknife Bay to Paramount Hills at Gale Crater is a very valuable inclusion of this planetary geology. So there are different type of data sets in remote sensing which gave different type of images, like high rise, which have 30 centimeter per pixel images, Crescent is 18.4 meter per pixel images, CTX, which mostly have 8 meter per pixel images, and these are all instruments for Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. This is an example of CTX image and how valuable it can be to decipher geology. Like these are the fossil fans in Melas Chasma, Mars. The next one is the CRISM data images. These are mostly used for the mineralogical decipher the mineralogy of that particular area, and it also used in mineral mapping from orbit, which has detected a few minerals like sulfates, which are in blue, and iron oxides like pink, and that where a volcano erupted beneath an ice sheet or not. This is a high-rise image. High-rise images are very sharp and very detailed. This is an image of a sandstone where a southern portion of Mars's Holden crater is imaged by the camera and on Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. Now, how can we get these images? We can get these CTX images in PDS nodes, and things as ASU's USGS, different type of things, and HRSC as ESS website, and MOLA MEGDR as in PDS Geosciences node. And we can get also the global geological map in USGS website. And we have different type of tools to use to process these images, like ISIS, ASP, GDAL, OGR, which are defined GIS settings. And we can process those images and we can get different type of imagery sets. Now, till now I have talked about different type of planets, but today is Earth Day. So why I choose this topic to get into it? Because to know our solar system, we are using our Earth as a proxy. So like this event which happened in Kutch district, a different type of mineral we found there, like jarosite. Jarosite is a key mineral which has been identified as one of the dominant hydrous sulfate species in the Paleocene sedimentary succession around this village. Since jarosite only stabilizes in low pH oxidizing environments that are very uncommon in our planet actually, but it is reportedly exists on Mars. So that means our solar system, different type of planets are correlated and interconnected between it. And these images are also verifying this type of claims, like Ladakh, which is a cold, very high altitude, dry desert environment. And see the below image, which is the polar ice cap. I previously saw gave the image, and this one also. Mostly these two can be explored. So we don't need to go to Mars for our field work, but we can do in this type of environments the field work and decipher which kind of process is happening on there. Lunar crater in Maharashtra is also a very important site, geological site for this kind of investigation. So what kind of conclusion we are getting at the end of it? So I just concluded only the Mars exploration here, because the last decade of Mars exploration unveiled a planet very heterogeneous with a more evolved crust than thought before, and the ongoing in situ exploration, which will provide definitely some crucial information on the crustal and climatic evolution of the planet. So our next necessary step is to the sample return. whatever samples that different type of rovers is collecting, we have to take back them, and we can surely decipher how our solar system came to exist from very first place. So I would like to thank you all for your kind attention, and a very happy Earth Day to you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that wonderful talk. Now I would like to invite Mr. Neil Ranjan Borua for a talk on the topic synthetic aperture radar and its in geoscience. Yeah. Which one is it? This one, no? Yeah. Sure.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Neil Ranjan Borua, a student of MSc Geology, Department of Geology, fourth semester, from Northeastern Hill University. So today I'll be giving a small presentation on the applications of synthetic aperture radar. In short, it is known as SAR, and this I'll be explaining and presenting the applications of SAR in the field of geoscience. So I'll be covering these topics. Firstly, I'll be going through what exactly SAR is and why it is termed as synthetic aperture. The SAR geometry I'll be going through. The properties of SAR for geological study. I mean, the properties of SAR that helps us in studying geology of the Earth. The applications of SAR that I'll be covering it in brief. And what is INSAR and its application. Actually, INSAR, it is a type of SAR technique, and I'll be going through its techniques. Okay, so what is SAR exactly? SAR, it is an active imaging system which uses the microwave bands of the electromagnetic spectrum. We use the microwaves with respect to our study that we are interested in. So there are many bands in the microwave region. So some of it is the C band, the L band, the P bands. So with the interest of the study, we use those bands. The SAR system, it is mounted at the satellite that transmits its own produced energy. That's why it is known as the active imaging system. The imaging system which doesn't apply, its own produced energy, it is known as the passive remote sensing. And the SAR, it records the energy reflected back from the Earth. The process, it is same like the optical remote sensing techniques, but the energy, it is not the same. So with these energies reflected back from the Earth, through which we can get the information of the Earth. That is how we use the SAR imaging system to extract the information from the Earth. So now I'll be saying that why we are using the microwave bands, why we are not using the other bands in the electromagnetic spectrum. We use the microwave bands because it has the ability, it has the ultimate property to penetrate through the clouds and can even work at night and under bad weather conditions too, unlike the optical remote sensing techniques. The optical remote sensing techniques, it can't be used when the weather is bad, when the day is a cloudy day. We can't use that technique, the optical remote sensing technique. For that reason, we use the microwave bands, and for which we use the SAR imaging system. So this is the electromagnetic spectrum, and the microwave region, it comes from the wavelength of the microwave bands. It ranges from 1 millimeter to 1 meter. So as I said before, the uses here, it is written as the typical applications. We use these bands with respect to our study. Suppose we need to go for the vegetation cover. We need to study the vegetation cover of the Earth. Then we can use the X band for that. Suppose we are using C bands. Its application is global mapping, the change detection, monitoring of areas with low and moderate penetration, higher coherence, ice, ocean maritime navigation. And some of the other uses of these bands are been described here. Now let us go for how we can get the the information back from the Earth. We can get the information by reflecting, by getting the reflectance of the energies that is been produced by the SAR image. The SAR system, sorry. So for that, we are having three types. For the rough surface, the reflectance is the most of the energy, it is reflected back to the system. The transmitter which sends the signals to the surface of the Earth, it reflects most of the energy, it is reflected back, and the receiver receives it. So that's why the rough surface of the Earth, it looks brighter than the other surfaces. For the volume, for the vegetation type of region, the reflectance, the reflecting energy, it is not the same amount that is been transmitted from the system. And thirdly, the double bounce, I'll be saying, the double bounce, it is like it will be more brighter than the rough surface, because here we can see the transmitted energy. It has been first transmitted to one of the buildings, the man-made building, and then it is again reflected back to one other building which is just beside the first building, and the same amount of energy, it is reflected back to the system. So this region, it will be much brighter than the rough surface. Now I'll be saying why it is termed as synthetic aperture. So the ratio between the wavelength of the sensor mounted and the antenna of the antenna length of the sensor gives us the spatial resolution. Higher the spatial resolution of the image, the longer should be the length of the antenna. For example, I'll give an example for that. To get a spatial resolution of a satellite of 10 meters, the length of the antenna should be around 4 kilometers long. And that one also we have to keep it in space if operated in C band of microwave bands. So keeping a 4 kilometer long antenna, it is not a practical solution in the space. So higher resolution data are produced by combining a series of acquisitions from a shorter antenna to imitate an acquisition from a large or longer antenna. So the term synthetic aperture. This is the diagrammatic representation for for the synthetic aperture that I said just right now. This is the real aperture of the satellite that is in space, and this is a synthetic aperture. So this all yeah, suppose this one is the suppose we say this one is the first time. This one is the first time the buildings were being covered by the satellite. This is the second one, third one, and fourth and fifth. So combining combining all of the positions, this term is given as synthetic aperture. Now I have almost covered the basics of the SAR, and now I'll be covering the SAR geometry. I mean the terms and terminologies in the SAR. The sensors of SAR are mounted down the aircraft or the satellite body. When the SAR is mounted in the aircraft, we say it as airborne synthetic aperture radar. For the satellite, it is spaceborne. We termed as spaceborne. The sensor moves on the same straight path as the aircraft moves and termed as the azimuth direction. That is, in the direction where the satellite is moving, it is termed as the azimuth direction. These systems get the information in an oblique view to the Earth. The ground area which is illuminated by the sensor is termed as the antenna footprint. That is, when the satellite transmits the energy, the area that is being covered by the SAR system, it is termed as the antenna footprint. As the sensor moves along the azimuth direction, the continuous strip of the ground area represented by the successive antenna footprints is called the SWAT. The direction to where the antenna faces is the range direction. That means the antenna that is in the satellite, the direction where the antenna faces, it is termed as the range direction. The point on the Earth just below the sensor is known as the nadir point. That means, suppose we take an example. Suppose we say that there is one satellite moving up to the Earth, and the point just below to the satellite in the Earth, it is known as the nadir. And the angle between the nadir point and the range direction, it is the incidence angle. The incidence angle increases gradually in the range. It is larger at the far range and less in the near range. The immediate distance between the sensor's antenna and the target is the slant range. The distance between the object and the nadir point is the ground range. I'll show you in the diagram here. So here it is the point of nadir. This one is the point of nadir, and this range, it is known as the slant range. And as this point is near to the satellite, this is the near range, and as this one is to the far, it is known as the far range. And the angle between the nadir and the range, slant range, it is the incidence angle, as I said before. This is the azimuth direction. The satellite, it is moving towards this direction, so it is the azimuth direction. And the range of the satellite, it will be perpendicular to the azimuth direction. And the SWAT, it is the area illuminated by the satellite in one orbit. Okay, so this one, it is a comparison between the optical remote sensing satellites and the SAR remote sensing satellites. As I said before, the optical it is blocked by the clouds, so we can't use during the cloudy days. But SAR we can use in the cloudy days, because the microwave bands, it can penetrate through the clouds, and it can be performed both day and night, because it transmits its own energy. So this is one example of one image of towards the left, it is the optical remote sensing image, and towards the right, it is the SAR image. So here there is only one small distinct difference between both of these images. So that is this is the white thing. I think everyone is able to see this. So this point here in the river, it is a concrete dam in a concrete dam which is made in the river. So here in the optical, we are not able to distinguish between whether there is a dam or not. But here in the SAR imaging, we can distinguish distinctly that there is some object in the river. So that is the main difference and the main advantage that we are having with the SAR imaging. The properties of the SAR for geological study. So the side-looking property highlights the relief of the terrain. So the SAR system, it is not like it will be perpendicular directly looking to the earth or to the earth surface. It will be a bit slanting towards the earth surface so that it highlights the relief of the terrain of the earth. The use of shallow incidence angle radar imagery produces shadowing effects that helps the users to analyze the slope variations and highlights landform and other geological units and structures. The high sensitivity to surface roughness, as I said it before, the more the surface is rough, the more it will be brighter. And the dielectric properties of the surface materials highlights the variation of rock types and unconsolidated materials based on surface roughness or moisture content on the surface. The penetration capability allows to image the terrain through vegetation and subsurface geomorphological features and also buried paleo channels. Suppose a water channel is going beneath the ground, we'll be not able to see it in the optical remote sensing images, but we'll be able to see distinctly in the SAR imaging system. This penetration capacity increases with the increasing wavelength. More the wavelength, more it will penetrate the ground or the vegetation. So as I said, the side looking property, this one, it shows the side looking property. So in the left one, when the satellite or the system, it is completely looking downside, so it won't be able to distinguish the point A and point B. But if it is looking side, it will be able to distinguish the points, that is which one is point A and which one is point B. So the application of SAR, it includes the structural mapping, the lithological mapping, the geological features, mineral explorations, the fault mapping, and for some of the disasters management, we use for the earthquakes, the volcanoes, and the land subsidence. For the structural mapping, the side-looking imagery geometry of the SAR enhances the structural features such as folds and faults. Structures perpendicular to the loop direction get better enhanced. Lithological mapping, the SAR data in general is going on. Okay. The SAR data in general is not directly used for lithological mapping. However, sensitivity of the SAR signals to surface roughness can be exploited to infer the lithology. Variations in the surface roughness arising from differential weathering of rock units can be used to infer the lithology. The mapping geological features also have the applications of SAR. SAR data is extremely useful to map geomorphological features of arid regions. In particular, penetration capability of SAR signals enables mapping of paleo drainages. As I mentioned it before, if there is any channel flowing underground, we'll be able to see it through the SAR image. The penetration capacity, as I mentioned it before, it increases with respect to the wavelength. SAR has the application in the mineral exploration too. SAR data is useful for the understanding geological controls of mineralization. It is not directly useful in mineral exploration though, but as it doesn't measure spectral features associated with various minerals like VNIR optical data. With the SAR, the active fault mapping can be also done through the process through the technique of INSAR, that is interferometric synthetic aperture radar, that I will be covering it afterwards. For the disasters, it can be also monitored, such as the earthquake monitoring can be done with the help of INSAR technique for understanding of stress accumulation and release related to earthquake cycle and mapping of causative faults. It can also be used for the volcanoes and the land subsidence too. For the land subsidence caused by over extraction of groundwater and oil, dissolution of carbonate sinkholes and mining can be mapped through the SAR applications. So this is the combination towards the right side. It is a combination of two. It is a combination of a SAR image and an optical image. So with this, we can find the fall. Here we can find one fall, and the other shear zones also we are able to find it with the combination of the SAR image and the optical image. This is one example that from where we can distinguish what type of rock it is. This is the image that is been carried through the RadarSat S7 satellite, which is in the descending node, and it has been captured on 6 March 1996. So here the white portions, it is the limestones, as limestones are a bit rough in the surface, so it is to reflect back more energy to the satellite, and the satellite receives the reflected energy, and that's why it is illuminating as a white part in the image. Now I'll be covering for the INSAR technique. INSAR means the interferometric synthetic aperture radar. The image produced by synthetic aperture radar is by reflecting the radar signals back to the sensor. And SAR interferometry, that is the INSAR itself, it is a technique which uses two SAR images of same area but in different time period, which results in a phase difference to form interferograms. That interferograms are nothing but the difference between the phase difference of the images in two different times. So this is one sorry. So this is one image combined with two other images. So here we can see the interferogram that has been produced. That means there was some displacement in the surface of the Earth. The direction of the displacement, the subsidence or upliftment is indicated by sequence of the color progression of the fringes. This ring type of thing, it is termed as the fringes. So the fringe, from the fringes and the images, we can get many informations regarding that. The applications are the analysis of the lands after earthquakes, the monitoring volcanic activity, the land subsidence, the building and infrastructures monitoring, landslide detection and monitoring, glacier motion monitoring, and many more. From the images, we can extract many informations. By the maximum concentration, one can conclude it is the center. So this is an example. Here, it is the maximum concentration. So this can be the center from where the deformation started. The fringes gives us the idea of how much the ground is deformed. Each fringes represents deformation of the half of the wavelength. So, one fringe, so it depicts that it is the value of that fringe. It is the half of the wavelength of that band used there. The pattern of the color can be used to know that if there is an upliftment or subsidence with the reference of the line of sight. And the closeness of the fringes can also give us the idea of the intensity of the deformation. So here with this image we can understand the intensity. In the I mean the interferogram to the downside, the intensity here is more comparing to the interferogram that is formed upside. So here we can see that the gentle changes can be seen like this. The intensity is not that much high, but here in the third image, it can be depicted that this one here the intensity it was high. And this is one example of the SAR image that is been taken in the area of Jharia coalfield, Jharkhand. So here the coalfield mining can be studied with the SAR techniques. And I will now I have almost covered the presentation till now. So happy Earth Day to all at last. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we'll be starting a quiz, but before we start the quiz, I'd like to invite our HOD, Professor Devesh Walia, for words of encouragement for the participants.
Yeah, thank you everyone for participating. And we know that today is the Earth Day, and Earth Day is important day wherein from 1970 we have started talking about it with the modern environmental phase. And with that, actually in 2009, the United Nations thought of making it, or it is started calling it as a day for Mother Earth. And today is the International Mother Earth Day. We know that we derive all the benefits from the earth, and that's why we call it Mother Earth. So it is our duty to take care, responsibility to take care of the various natural resources, various environmental factors, so that we are able to harness it for longer time. So it is our duty, it is our responsibility to take care of the various provisions which are provided to us through the Mother Earth, like the air, the water, even the earth, or the various other basic livelihood parameters, things which we get from the Mother Earth. So without taking much time, I know that the people are there, and we have to start the program at 3:30. The quiz program, which is being organized by Northeastern University Department of Geology on various occasions. And this is what is for this semester. This is the first time we are organizing, but hopefully we'll organize it at least once in a month, so that it keeps track of various developmental processes and all. Today we are also celebrating Earth Day under the umbrella of presidency of India for the G20 GDP, high GDP growth countries. So with this umbrella, I'd like to ask the organizers to kindly take on the stage and start the process, and to tell the various norms, provisions, so that each and every member can participate in the quiz program. I wish all the best to all the participants. We know that before this quiz program, we had 2 lectures. First lecture was on planetary remote sensing by Ayan Chatterjee, and then we had a lecture on SAR interferometry and its application in geosciences by Neil Ranjan Barua. So we would like to place our appreciation to both of them, so that we are able to discuss some of these issues. Hopefully the organizers are ready to start the program, to take on the quiz. Yeah. So with this, let's let them take on the dais and tell you all the rules, so that we are able to smoothly conduct the quiz. So you'll start from there. Yeah. So all right. So dear participants, those who have joined it through Zoom or those who have joined it through Mentimeter, probably you know all the rules, you know all the system, and our quiz master, Dr. Shikhar Kumar, is going to take up from now on. So Dr. Shikhar, please.
Yes, thank you, sir. Hello and good afternoon to everyone. I will, yes, okay. So good afternoon, everyone. I will very briefly explain the different rules and regulations of the quiz program. It's very simple. Maybe some of you have already used Mentimeter sometime in your lives. If you haven't, I'll just briefly explain the small details. Although if you have gone through the emails which have been sent to you after registration, you will also know how the process goes on. But let me briefly remind you. I will share the quiz link with you guys in the chat here in Zoom meeting, as well as the chat in the WhatsApp group, as well as the chat in the YouTube live stream. And you can join that quiz using that link once I am finished giving you the instructions here. It will be very good if you can run this Zoom meeting or the YouTube video running in one of the devices and run and play the quiz in another device, another phone or laptop, but it's not really required. Once you have listened to the instructions here and joined the quiz using the link, you don't have to stay in the Zoom call, but it will be better if you are able to do that. So once you have opened the link will open, and the Mentimeter website will ask you for your nickname. Please enter your full name. If you don't enter your full name, we will not know whether it's the link will be shared very shortly in the chat. Please listen to the instructions first, then I will share the link, so that I don't want people to leave the call before the instructions are complete. So I'll share the link very shortly. So please enter your full name in the nickname section and then wait. You don't have to press back or forward or anything. The screen on the website will change automatically as the quiz master will allow the next question to show up on your screens. Every question will be for 10 seconds. Each question you answer correctly, and the faster you answer the question, you will get more marks. Okay, so each question is worth 1,000 points. Faster you score, more points you'll get, and you can get up from 500 to 1,000 points for each question. And there are 60 questions in 3 rounds, so 20 questions per round. So up to 60,000 points can be scored. If you give a wrong answer, then of course you get 0 points. So those are the simple rules. So just to remind, once you have clicked on the link and the website is open on your mobile or your laptop, please don't go back or refresh it or do anything, because that way you will lose a few questions. In case the website gets hung up and you are not able to see the next question, you can refresh the website. That can happen due to bad network. So you can refresh the website and it will resume from the next question. You might miss a few questions. That can happen. So now I will give the control to the quiz master to Mr. Vivek, our MSc student in Department of Geology, and he will then start the quiz. But let me just share the link of the quiz with everyone right now. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm sharing the link in the chat in Zoom. I'm sharing the link in WhatsApp group as well. And I'm sharing the link on the YouTube chat also. Now let me share my screen so that you can see how the quiz will work. Okay. Yeah, okay. So as you can see on the screen here, some of you have already joined. 22, 23 players are ready. Stay on your screen, enter your names and just stay there. The screen will change on this with the speed of the quiz master. We will release the questions from here. So do not leave the page, don't go back, don't go forward, just wait. The questions will come on your screen, the options will come on your screen. All you have to do is choose the correct option, and then you will see the whether you have answered correctly or you have answered incorrectly, and then the next question will show up. You don't have to change the page, okay? So don't refresh, don't go back, don't do anything, just stay on the page and wait for the quiz master to release the question for you guys. Okay, so let me just, yes. Okay, please. So, the first question has been released for you all. So 10 people have given the correct answer, and then the quiz master, what you have to do is, once it is done, you can press the right arrow for the next question, then press enter for the release of the question. Okay. So the first question has been answered by many of you. Moving on to the next question. Once everyone, you see enough players have joined, you can just press enter for release of the question. Okay. Okay. You can speak.
Okay. Next question will be on your screen now. Yeah. Name of the atmospheric layer that is completely cloudless and free of water vapor. And your timer is running. Yeah, only 4 of them has got the correct answer. And let me move on to the next question.
Go a little slow in the beginning.
Okay, the correct answer is thermosphere. So 4 of them has given correct answer, and let's move on to the next question. The next question is the safe level of noise intensity for humans. Let's see how many will give the correct answer. The timer is running. Okay. Okay, eight of them has given the right answer. It's up to 8 decibels. Okay, I think you guys are enjoying the quiz. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is, let me see. Which country is popularly known as land of windmills? Let me know how many of you are interested in some current affairs or like geography things. Okay, everyone has ordered, and oh, I think most of them knows. 21 of them. 21 of them has given the correct answer. The correct answer is Netherlands, of course. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. What is the name of the driest continent on the earth? I think most probably geology students will answer this question for sure. Let's see how many will answer. Yeah, as I expected, 18 of them has given the right answer. It's Antarctica, not Africa. Okay, it's Antarctica. Now you need to remember everything. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Read the thing also. Answer fast. The more will be the points. What region on Earth produces 20% of planet oxygen? Let's see how many will answer. Oh, I think most of them knows. The Amazon forest is the correct one. Okay, let's move on. Without waiting. The next question. is which Indian state has the most number of international boundaries? I think Northeast people usually knows this answer. Let me see.
Đây, tiếp rồi nè. Đây.
Oh, it's all the above is the answer, and most probably I think most of them has voted for Sikkim, and not Sikkim. It's all the above. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Answer fast to get more points. You need to answer fastly. Which one of the following trees is considered to be an environmental hazard? Oh, hazard. Let's see which tree is the hazard. It's eucalyptus. Of 20 of them has given the correct answer. I think most probably you must know these answers. And let's move on to the next one. And the next question is, which one of the following is known as land of big games? Games, I think it's related to sports. The one who knows more about sports will be answering it quickly, I think. Okay. Oh, it's Savannah. 26%. 26 of you have voted, and it will be a new thing for us. Me also. I don't know. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, National Environmental Research Institute is located at where? Let's see where it is. Nagpur, not Dehradun. Okay, it's Nagpur.
Let me just add something. After every 10 questions, we will see the leaderboard, and all of you will see how at what rank you are standing. So let's see the leaderboard. The 10 questions have passed, so we now can see the top 10 people in the current quiz, and all of you, the rest of you, will also see what is your ranking. After every 10 questions, we'll see what is the situation. Yeah, please continue.
So the leading one is like Rohit, and we have on second it's Ebuklang Nongrum, and the third guy is SK. So there is still a bit of questions left, and you have time. The more you answer, the more you get the points. It's based on the timing, how long you are taking to give the answer.
50 questions left.
Anything can happen. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What is the theme of Earth Day 2023? Oh, I think most of them you will answer this question. Let's see. Yep, 22 of them. Invest in our planet is the theme of the Earth Day 2023. Don't forget, invest in our planet. We have to invest something for our planet. Let's move on to the next one. In which year was the first World Earth Day celebrated? That's a bit historical. Let's see who knows a bit history also. Yep, 1917. Oh, I think most probably most of them you knows, I think. Let's move on to the next question. Which layer of the Earth interior occupies the most volume? Okay, geology students, come on. Yeah, it's mantle, and 24 you has voted the right one. And let's move on to the next one. Which ocean is the most polluted? Let's see which one is the most polluted one. Hopefully, most of them knows, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it's Pacific Ocean, which is the largest ocean, which is also the most polluted one also. And let's see, let's move on to the next one. Sial is the, okay, that's more geology. What is Sial? Yeah, it's the upper part of the crust. It's not the lower part, it's the upper part. Geology students must have easily answered this question. Let's move on to the next one. What is the salinity of seawater? Oh, I think most of you know this answer. Even though, let's see. Salinity of seawater. Yeah, it's 35 parts per million, and 25 of you have voted correctly. And let's see what's the next one. How old is Earth? Okay, how old? How old? Like, what is the age of the Earth? Let's see. How many of you know? Yeah, most of them, 30% voted. 4.5 billion years is the age of the Earth. Okay, moving on. Moving on to the next one. 1 degree change of longitude corresponds to dash minutes difference in time. Okay, that's mostly GIS people. If someone is there, they must easily answer this question. Yeah, it's 4 minutes difference. Only 13. Okay, let's move on. Each degree of latitude equals to dash kilometer. Okay, this also. Let's see how many knows latitude and longitude dimensions, everything. Yeah, it's 111 kilometers. Don't forget this thing, it's important. Let's move on. A dash records the earthquake waves. Okay, which will record the earthquake waves? Which is the instrument or which is the scale used to measure this earthquake waves? Yeah, it's seismograph from seismogram. Okay, let's move on. And as the 10 questions are answered, let's see who is leading now. Yeah, it's Rohit. And for the second position, we have a change. It's Shamnol Gogoi. And third one is Mekha Katti. So there is still questions left. And you have time to answer it correctly. It's based on the timing of like how quickly you answer. So let's see how many you will come forward. Moving on to the next question. The Amazon River originated from. Okay, let's see where Amazon is originated from? Yeah, it's Andes Mountains, like Peru. 18 of them has given the correct answer. Mostly, I think geography people who knows very well about the geography. Let's see the next question. What is the lowest point of the Asian continent? Okay. Highest point, I think you must know. Let's see what's the lowest point. Yeah, it's Dead Sea. Yep. Let's go to the another question. Where was the Convention for the Protection of Ozone Layer held in 1985? History. Environmental people, come on. Environmental science guys. Yeah, it's Vienna. Yeah, it's not Rio de Janeiro, it's Vienna. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I think you guys are interested in this quiz. Show some interest. So far, how many mass extinction events has been there in Earth's history? Oh, geology people, come on. Okay. Yep, it's 5. I think most of them knows 5 mass extinction. Let's see the next one. That's the first. Who described Earth as a brilliant jewel in the black velvet sky? Okay. Let's see who is that. Only 3 options. Choose wisely. Yeah, it's astronaut Buzz Aldrin. 19 of them have answered correctly. I think you know. Okay, let's move on to the next one. What weather event happens when moonlight is refracted through the water droplets in the air? Okay, physics. Let's include some physics also. What will happen? Yeah, it's a moon bow. It's the correct answer, not a spectral fog. Okay, let's move on to the next one. What percentage of plastic actually gets recycled in today's world? Okay, how many knows? Let's see. What's the percentage of plastic recycled today? Yeah, it's around 9%. 17 of you have voted correctly. And let's see the next one. Which spacecraft was launched in 1977 to explore the outer planets of our solar system? Let's see which satellite was that, or which spacecraft was that. Yeah, it's Voyager 1. Yep, 23 of them has answered correctly. And let's see the next one. What was the first book to introduce society to more environmental conscious way of living? Okay, first book about environmental consciousness. Which one it will be? Which one? Yeah, it's Silent Spring by Rachel Carson. Only 10. Let's see the next one. What is a more appropriate reason to observe the Earth Day every year? Okay, what is the reason to observe, or reason for observing a Earth Day? Which it will be, which option it will be? Yes, to support environmental protection. I think it's a bit easy for you guys. Let's see the leaderboard as we have finished the next 10 questions. And we have a, let's see, we have a new leaderboard. The first one is Shamol Gogoi, and the second one is Dibinas Kasar, and the third is Abukonglang Nongrum. Okay, sorry if I pronounced wrong. And let's go to the next 10 question. The leaderboard is changing. Let's see who will become the first one. The study of atmosphere process is known as, okay, environmental geology. Study of atmospheric process. Yeah, it's meteorology. I think most of them, your 27 has sorted correctly. Let's move on to the next one. It's the 32nd question of 60 questions. So even the half is remaining. Let's see. For the formation, agents do not include. Okay, see which agents are not included in formation events. Yeah, it's diurnal temperature of short ranges. Short ranges are not included in a formation event. Okay, let's see the next one. What percentage of solar system's mass does Sun hold? Yeah, let's see what percentage. The Sun is ticking. Yeah, it's 99.8%. Most of the mass from the solar system is holding by Sun. 21 have voted correctly, and let's see the next one without wasting time. The crust of Mars is believed to be dashed than Earth. Let's see the options. Let's see which is stronger, younger, thinner, or geologically active. Use your brains quickly. Yeah, it's be much stronger. Only 2. Oh. See the next one. How much time does the sun ray takes to reach Earth? Okay, let's see how much time it will take. It's 8 minutes, not 8 seconds. So 8 minutes is the right answer. 14 of them have selected the right one. Let's move on to the 36th question. Which of the following latitude is the longest latitude? Okay, use some common sense. I think most of them will give the correct answer. Yeah, it's 0 degree passing through the equator. And let's move to the next one. Lunar eclipse occurs in. Okay, what is lunar eclipse? Just remember what is it in 7 seconds. Okay, let's see. Yeah, most of them knows. 21 have selected the correct options. It's full moon. Moving on. Water vapor and gases in the atmosphere were contributed by. Okay. See. There is some geology in it. Yes, it's volcanism. Yes. Let's move on to the next one. 39th question. The terrestrial planets were formed in the close vicinity of. Okay, how terrestrial planets were formed? Parent star, asteroids, escaping gas, outer planets. Which one will be the answer? And it's the parent star. Is the correct answer. And 13 of you have selected the correct one. And let's move on to the next one, which is the 40th question. Okay. Who suggested that Earth and Moon formed from a single rapidly rotating body? Okay. As we study about this formation of universe and solar system, let's see who suggested this thing. It's Sir George. Chamberlain and Moulton geology students know what is their theories. It's Sir George is the correct answer. Only 10 of them you have given the correct answer. And let's see the leaderboard as we have finished the 10 question. Let's see who is in the first position. Okay, it's still Shamol Gogoi is the first one, and Divinas Kasar second. And for the third one, we have Mrinmai Kumar Sarkar for the third position. And we have 20 questions left. So answer it wisely. Let's move on to the 41 question. Which is the coldest layer of atmosphere? Okay. Atmosphere. Troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, or thermosphere. Yeah, it's mesosphere. 22 of them have given the correct answer, and let's move on to the 42nd question. The least abundant gas in Earth's atmosphere among the following is. Which is the least abundant? If you know the percentage of gases, which is the least abundant? It's carbon dioxide. It's not argon. You need to study a bit more about these gaseous percentages. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Which of the following material has the highest porosity? Yes, hydrogeology is coming now. Let's see which has the highest porosity. Yeah, it's clay. Clay can only hold the water, cannot transmit it. So let's move on to the next one. Which one of the following tectonic feature is a consequence of continent-continent collision? Okay. Which formation is developed as a result of this one? Most of them I think knows. Yeah, it's Himalaya. 28 of you have answered correctly, and let's move on to the next one without wasting our time. A map is prepared on 1:50,000 scale. How many centimeter on the map represent 1 kilometer on the ground? It's a bit mathematical. Let's see how many of you are thorough about the map. skills. Yeah, it's 2 is the answer. And 11 of you have them answered correctly. And let's move on to the next one. Oxygen is essential for life on Earth. Which gas makes up nearly 80% of the Earth atmosphere? Okay, which gas percentage is higher in the atmosphere? It's also, yeah, everyone knows it's nitrogen. 30 of them here have answered correctly. And let's see what's next. Which is the world's first fully solar-powered international airport? Yeah, let's see. Which is the one? World's first. Yeah, it's Cochin Airport in Kerala. And let's move on to the next one. Which of the following planets has no moon? Okay, planetary geology. Let's see which one who is interested in planetary geology. Yeah, it's Mercury. Mercury and Venus has no moons. And let's move on to the next one. The approximate amount of sun's energy trapped by plants. Okay, let's see how much energy is trapped in plants. Percentage calculation. Let's see. Yeah, it's the first option, 1 to 3%. Only 1 to 3%. Only 16 of you have given the correct answer. And let's see what's next. It's a 50th question. And after this question, we'll again check on this leaderboard. Chemosynthetic bacteria found near submarine volcanic vents feed on. Let's see who knows this. Ocean tectonics. Yeah, it's hydrogen sulfide because we have sulfide vents in oceanic floors. It's 18 of them you have given the correct answer. And let's move on to the next. Before moving on, let's see the leaderboard. Okay, I think leaderboard is not coming. Okay, only 10 questions left. And answer wisely, and only 10. The more you consume time, your points will be reduced accordingly. So let's see who will win this quiz. Which one of the following greenhouse gases is the largest single contributor to anthropogenic radioactive forcing? Okay, it's environmental science now. Let's see who knows the correct answer. Yeah, it's carbon dioxide, not methane. 14 of them you have given the right one. And let's see the next one, 50-second question. The broad estimates of sea level rise due to global warming by 2100 is approximately. Okay, let's see. What's the answer? It's 40 centimeter. Only 6 of you have the answered it correctly. I think we just need to know what's the question is. India has committed to reduce emission intensity of its GDP from 2005 levels by 33 to 35% by the year. Mention the year. Oh, it's 2030. we are going towards the future. Okay, let's see the next one. Which planet is known as metallic planet of solar system? Planetary science. Which planet has more metallic content in it? It's Mercury only. 13 of you have given the right one. And let's see the next one. 55th question. After that, 5 questions remaining. So it's going interesting, I think. We'll win. This process is a functional in removing carbon dioxide from atmosphere. Okay, which is a process that removes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere? Yeah, it's photosynthesis. It's a little bit, I think, more easy. Let's go on to the 56th question. Which of the following is not a major greenhouse gas? Okay, if you know the greenhouse gas, you'll know. Yep, it's ozone. Water vapor is a greenhouse gas. And let's move on to the next one. 57th question, 3 questions to be left. Economies of the following countries is or are responsible for the greatest annual carbon dioxide emission? Okay, which country releases more carbon dioxide? Yes, you're like, okay. It's both China and USA. Option C is the correct answer. It's 20 of them you have given the correct answer. And let's see the 58th questions. It's gonna be over very soon. Okay, ocean temperature increases more slowly than land temperature because of the larger dash of the oceans. Yeah, let's see. Okay, just answer. Heat capacity. Okay, 20 of them you have given the correct one. It's the heat capacity of oceans which causes this process. And 59th question. Without Earth atmosphere, the Earth average temperature would be well below dash temperature of the water. Okay, what's the role of atmosphere in maintaining temperature? See. Yeah, it will freeze below the water. Okay, let's see the last question of this quiz. And here we go. The El Nino phenomenon occurs in. Okay, who knows more about ocean currents? Let's see. Let's see who knows about this. Movements of waves in ocean, currents in ocean. Yeah, it's specific question of with this question. We have come to an end of this quiz. And let's see who is the winner. And the winner is Shamol Gogoi. Congratulations to the winner. And okay, congratulations to winner Shamol Gogoi. And for the second prize, we have Dibinas Kasar. And third prize, we have Meha Kati. And thank you for joining this quiz, everyone. And congratulations to the winners of this quiz. And we are like we are really thankful for like joining this quiz and giving your participation, and everyone will get their certificates and everything. And hope you enjoyed the quiz. I think it's really interesting and really good to improve your knowledge also. And thank you. We are like thanking everyone to participate in this quiz competition. And thanks from my side also. And I'll invite Debina Nongmaktim. Okay, sir. Our HOD sirs wants to talk a bit more about this Earth Day and things.
We'll actually finalize the results and we'll confirm that the top 5 positions are held by the correct people. And then as soon as we have the formal results, we'll announce it. Till then, I hand over the speech to Professor Bali.
Yeah. So thank you everyone for participating. Actually, such quizzes are just to open up your mind, because my voice is coming. Yeah, because we know that a different level of concentration is required while appearing for examination or appearing for any quiz or appearing for any such entertainment programs. So I'm very much thankful to all the participants. I noticed that around 38-40 people were participating. They have participated in all the quiz questions and they have responded. It is not a matter of who is the winner or loser. It is such exercise is a mental exercise, because in a fraction of time you need to come out, you need to open up, and not only open up, you need to respond also. We know that when we are asking a question or when you are replying to a question, there is a system and the mind tries to look for the nearest possible answer. So in that system, the awakening of the mind is one of the very important part, and which is normally in the hectic life or in the busy schedule, we tend to forget, and we forget how to concentrate, how to respond to the queries in a very organized manner. So today's winners are just the winner of this quiz, but the more important thing is that participation and then trying to learn the process so that you are able to concentrate, you are able to respond to the questions in a quickest possible manner. Because in the life, when you move on, nothing is planned. Everything is unplanned, so to say. And you have to respond to, you have to act as per the situation which you are passing through. So such quizzes provides you an opportunity to take the right decision in the shortest possible time. We know that once we take birth, we are working against the time and in this race, our decisions, whatever way, whenever we take in a hectic mode also, they should be closest to the right answer. So such quizzes gives you a good training. So I must thank you all for participating. As I told you in the beginning, that we will keep organizing such quizzes. This time, for the first time, we experimented it, and the variety of the questions were huge, because they were ranging from the very core knowledge of geology to the very core awareness issues also. But from next time we'll have on a very specific topic, so that you can prepare, you can participate, and then you can get rewarded also. All those who have participated will get their certificate delivered by evening or so. And if you don't get your certificate, you can write to the email or to the phone number provided to you. And remember, at times when we post the certificate, it may go to your spam email. So you always check your spam email also before requesting us again a copy. Those who are the winners, we again congratulate them from the Department of Geology, and especially on this special occasion of celebration of the Earth Day. And very soon we'll be having, if you are not here at Shillong, very soon we'll be having a program wherein we'll invite you and you will be properly rewarded for the same. So in the today's quiz, I'll just tell you the first 5 positions of the various position holders. So the 5th position is attained by Ibok Lang Nongrum. He is studying BSc from St. Anthony's College. So congratulations, Ibok Lang. If you are there here on the Zoom platform, you can unmute, or you can switch on your video so that we can see. Even all others, those who are there, if they switch on your video, we'll be very proud to see you. We'll be very happy to see you, because this is being recorded and it is being telecasted through YouTube also. Then the 4th position is attained by Mrinalmay Kumar Sarkar. He is from Kendriya Vidyalaya, Naibong. He is a class 12th student. Congratulations, Mrinalmay. You have done excellent. You have been competing with various postgraduate or graduate students. Then the 3rd position is by Megha Kanti. She is from Central University of Kerala. She is doing BSc with Geology. So I think you have done excellent. So I must congratulate from Kerala to Miss Megha that you have participated. So thank you. Special thanks to you. We have got Dibinas Kesar as the 2nd position holder. He is also from the Central University of Kerala. He is doing MSc in Geology. So Dibinas, congratulations to you also. And all these, Dibinas, Megha, Mrinalmay, Ibok Lang, if you are online, you are most welcome. Mrinalmay, I can see you. You can just switch on. Dibinas, congratulations. So you are there in a hostel, it seems. Is this a hostel room?
Yes, sir. This is hostel.
Yeah, very good. So now the most important, or the first prize winners name is to be announced. We have announced all other names after cross-checking their registration and all. And he is Shyamal Gogoi. Shyamal, are you there on this Zoom platform? You can just switch on your video. He is a student from NIT Rourkela, and he is doing MSc from NIT Rourkela, MSc Geology. So congratulations to Shyamal Gogoi. If you are there, we would like to see you. Shyamal, you are also in the hostel celebrating Eid and World Earth Day. So International Earth Day. So congratulations, Shyamal, to you also. So all those who are you are the first prize winner. So you can, so congratulations to you. So whenever you are coming toward this side, you are most welcome. All 5 of you, you are most welcome to visit Department of Geology. All right, all others, Mrinalmay and all others, if you just switch it on your video for a short time, we would like to see you. And all others, firstly, all the prize first 5 winners, so that we can take your photo. 2 more. I can see your name. If you can just, Megha Kanti, if you are there, so that we can have your photograph. Yeah, and one more is there. Mrinalmay, you can also, although you are very young, so we are very proud of you. So you also can be online. Ibok, are you there? Ibok is not there. Just wait for a minute so that we can have your photo. Just wait 1 second, because this is the online system. We can have your photo by these systems only. So Mrinalmay, I can see your name. If you unmute and show your video, it will be very good. Otherwise, it is okay. So hopefully organizers have clicked the photograph. All right. So as I told you that you will be getting, and all those who have joined, if possible, they can switch on their video so that we can see your faces also, those who are here on the on this platform, on the Zoom platform, so that we are able to see all the photographs. Just please show your video for a minute so that let us have a photograph, and then we'll say thank you, goodbye to all of you, and happy Earth Day and happy Eid to all of you. So just, yes, some more. Ayan, you are there. Sushmita, you are there. Ritika, you are there. Barak.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please, so that show your face also. Let us click a photograph. Ruth Hajam, something red is seen. Yeah, some anonymous people can write their names also. Rohit, hard luck. You are till round 2. You are going number 1. Then you somehow you went back. Yeah. Hopefully, you have enjoyed this quiz. Now we'll have on various occasions. We'll have this quiz in a more systematic, more organized manner. So I would like to thank you all for participating. Thank you for organizing such an important event. The voice of the person who was managing the quiz, his face is still not seen. Mr. Vivek is there? Where? Yeah, you can see him also now. He is by the name Fiza De Burma. So he is there. So now we would like to thank each and everyone, Dr. Shikhar, Dr. Meghali, Dr. Lamprang, Miss Devina, Mr. Nanal, Miss Panlehat, and all others, those who have contributed, Mr. Nava, for organizing this program so successfully on Eid. So thank you very much. Let's close this program and let's enjoy Earth Day as well as the Eid celebrations. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. The organizers, you may take on from now, and there is a need to have the vote of thanks, official vote of thanks. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Come.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected HOD, Professor Devishwalia, our respected teachers, our most valued fellow students. I'm Devina Namaitam, and I'm very grateful that I got the opportunity to end this day by giving the vote of thanks on such an occasion of the Earth Day 2023. On behalf of our department, I would like to extend my gratitude to everyone who contributed their valuable time for making this day a successful one. My greatest gratitude towards our respected HOD, Professor Devishwalia, for giving us the chance and opportunity to organize in such an important day. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the teachers, coordinators for supervising and arranging for this occasion on such a short notice. Thank you.
All right then. Thank you everyone for joining. And if we do further such programs, we'll of course inform you all, and you're all welcome to join. So I'll be ending the call now. Okay. With the permission of Devina and the organizing people, can I end the call now?